Hi class, welcome to English 1110. This is Composition 1, and basically this is a freshman level writing class. The purpose of the class is to prepare you for college level writing, as well as to introduce you to research. So that's what we're going to cover in this class. In this video, I am going to show you the best way to navigate the course. So I'm going to show you some important things that you should be aware of on Canvas, and then I am also going to go ahead and just provide some other important information. The best way to navigate the course is through modules. You can find the modules by clicking on here or by clicking on the tab on the left side. Either one takes you to modules. So as you can see, each module is organized weekly. That's why it's easier to keep track of the course if you go through modules, because each module corresponds to each week, so that way you know what we are doing each week. And for example, there are some weeks where we're going to be covering the same topic. Like for example, for weeks 2 through 5, we're going to be focusing on the visual analysis. So this is the module that we're going to be working on, so all of the information that you need for these 3 weeks is going to be right here. And then I do have it separated by assignments and readings, so it lets you know what you have to read for week 2 and what assignment we're doing for week 2. So each module, like I said, is separated into readings as well as assignments to keep track of everything, and it goes like this all the way to the very end, which is finals week. So like I was saying, this is the best way to stay organized and to know what's going on weekly. Also, you can go ahead and stay up to date by looking at the announcements. I post announcements every single Monday to let you know what we are doing weekly. So if you look at this announcement, this is the announcement for this week, and I recorded a video to welcome you. And then I went ahead and told you what you need to read and what we have due this week. So that's another way to kind of keep track of things. I post, like I said, I post an announcement every Monday, and I let you know what we are doing that week. And I also provide any updates, or if there were glitches, or if anything's going on, like if I'm giving you an extension, or if I found like a new resource, I will go ahead and post it there. Or if I create a new handout, I will go ahead and let you know in the announcements. I also post announcements when there's extra credit opportunities, or if I need to provide any updates. So sometimes you might see announcements posted on different days, but Monday is when I post the announcements for the week to let you know what's going on during the week. So you want to make sure that you check the announcements every single Monday. So far we have the modules, we have the announcements. This lets you know what's going on weekly to keep you organized and on task. We also have the calendar, but some people sometimes tell me that they don't get notified by the Canvas calendar whenever things are due. So I would suggest to not rely solely on the calendar. Make sure you look at the modules, make sure you look at the announcements, and of course, make sure you look at the syllabus, because the syllabus is what keeps us organized for the entire semester. So here we have the syllabus. I'm not going to go over all of it. However, I am going to point out some important information. You want to make sure that you review it yourself, because we are having a quiz over the syllabus. So you want to make sure that you are familiar with it. One thing to point out that we added this semester, per NMSU's guidelines, we had to add an AI statement. So as you can see in my classroom, the use of generative AI is not permitted. So you want to make sure that everything you write is your own and not AI or somebody else's. So you want to make sure that everything is your own original ideas, or else it would count as academic misconduct. And this is coming from NMSU. This is a statement from NMSU. So again, it's not something that you should be doing. Some classes might allow you to use it in some form, but in this class, we're not going to use it at all to submit assignments or anything like that. You can obviously use it for brainstorming and, pre-writing and things like that. But when it comes to the final product, none of it can be completed by AI. And here we have some contact information. We have my phone number. If you do call my office, please make sure that you leave a voicemail. And then we also have my office hours. Of course, if you cannot meet in person or if these office hours do not work for you, then just go ahead and email me and we can set up something through Zoom, or we can try to meet some other time that works for both of us. Something else to note, I do have an NMSU email address. However, that email, I get a lot of different emails from all over the college. So the best way to contact me is through Canvas inbox, because this one is only for students. So that way I'm able to see your email. Also with the NMSU one, sometimes if somebody emails me from like Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail, I won't receive them. It goes to my junk, or I don't receive them at all. So if you don't want your email to go through junk mail, then just go ahead and email me through Canvas inbox. Like I said, you can go ahead and look at the rest of the syllabus, but I do want to point out the Book for Less. This is basically a program that helps you pay for your books. It makes it a little bit more manageable. So it's going to charge you $24 per credit hour. So you basically have to do the math and then figure out how much you are paying and compare that amount with how much your books are. In most cases, this is going to be less than purchasing the books on your own. However, if you don't need books for all of your classes, then maybe the best option is to opt out. For example, in this class, the textbooks are free. They are PDF copies and they're free. So if this is the only class you're taking, then the Books for Less is not a good idea for you, and you should opt out of the program by February 2nd. However, if you're taking other classes and the amount of books that you need comes out to $500, but once you multiply your credit hours by 24, let's say it comes out to $300, then of course the best option for you is to purchase your books through Books for Less. So it's something that you have to think about. Definitely do the math and try to figure out what works best for you. But if you're not going to be part of the program, make sure that you opt out by February 2nd, or else they're going to charge you. Something else I wanted to talk about are the assignments. We do have essays for our major assignments, and detailed instructions are provided for each essay. We also have writing exercises. The writing exercises are shorter assignments, and they are essentially worth 10 points, and they are due on Sundays. So we do have them weekly. Not every week, but some weeks we do. We also have discussions. Now, when it comes to discussions, you're going to post 2 different posts. The first one is going to be a response to the main discussion question. That one is due by Thursday. And then you have to respond to a classmate, and that response should be due by Saturday. And the reason why I have 2 different dates is because we don't want to wait until the last minute to post, because then we have people who are trying to post early and they have nobody to reply to. So this way, all of our first posts are due on Thursday, and then if we want to, we can do our second post on that day, or we can wait till Saturday. But the point is that we don't have to wait until the last minute to complete our discussion posts if we're trying to finish it early. So this way, there's options for people. They can wait till Saturday, or if there are people who are trying to finish their discussion post early, they can do so because the first response is due by Thursday. I hope that makes sense. If not, please let me know and I will be happy to explain it to you. Also, we do have quizzes, and the quizzes can only be taken once. So you want to make sure you do not open a quiz until you are ready to take it. Now, obviously, this is an online class. I do not have any locks or anything like that on the materials. So you can essentially do open book quizzes. So you can have the material open and take the quizzes. You just want to make sure that you don't open the quiz until you are ready to take it. So if you're going to have your PowerPoint and files open, that's fine. Just make sure you have everything ready before you start the quiz, because most cases I just have one set of questions. So once you open the quiz, Canvas counts it as an attempt, and everybody only gets one attempt. So Make sure that you don't open the quiz until you are ready, because if you tell me, oh, well, I opened it, but I didn't get to take it, chances are I'm not going to open the quiz for you again, because like I said, I only have one set of questions, and that would give you an unfair advantage if you had already seen the questions as opposed to the rest of the class who didn't see the questions prior to taking the quiz. So please be very careful with that. As far as late assignments, I don't allow late assignments unless, of course, there's some sort of emergency or anything like that. Everybody does get a grace period. So basically what that means is that you get 1 day after the due date. So let's say quizzes are due on Fridays, I will leave it open until Saturday. Writing exercises are due on Sundays, I leave them open until Monday, and there's no penalty. I do not take off any points whatsoever. This is also for essays. Whenever the essay is due, essays are typically due on Sundays as well. I will leave it open until Monday without any penalty. The only assignments that cannot be submitted late are discussions, and the reason for that is because they are submitted in a live forum. So you need to be able to submit it while the discussion is open so that people can reply to you and you can interact with people. Once the discussion closes, there's nobody to interact with, so that's why discussions cannot be submitted late. So don't forget about that 1 day grace period, because it's very helpful in case you're having internet issues or anything like that. Of course, like I said, if there is something going on that's serious and that you are needing to be away, obviously I can work with you to submit the assignment late. You also want to make sure that you have reliable Wi-Fi connection and access to a computer. This is an online class and we are going to be submitting essays. So I would suggest to try to have access to a computer, because sometimes when you type essays on an iPad, another form of tablet, or on your phone, the formatting is off. So you want to make sure that you have access to Word on a computer so that you can format the essay accordingly. Also, you want to make sure that you are respectful of your classmates and myself at all times. I do have an etiquette for online classes, so please keep this in mind whenever you are responding to people in the discussions. Remember that it's okay to disagree, but you want to make sure that you are respectful at all times and that you are open to people's ideas. And remember, this is about learning, so part of learning is listening to other people's points of view and considering them and analyzing them, even if we don't agree with them, but maybe they're thought-provoking. So again, the whole point is to exchange ideas and not to be offensive. So be respectful at all times, please. And here we have some important dates to remember, as well as the schedule. So basically the way the schedule is broken up is we have what you have to read for the week, and then the assignments that we have due for that week as well. So as you can see, you can look at modules to see what we are doing each week. You can look at the Monday's announcements to see what we are doing for that particular week. And of course, you can look at the syllabus to see what we are doing. And the syllabus is complete, so you can see what we are doing all the way till the end of the semester, just like with the modules. So let's say you're going out of town and you need to plan something out, but I haven't posted the announcement for that yet because it's next month. You can definitely go ahead and go look at the syllabus to see what we are doing that week, and that way you can try to get ahead. So really, there's no reason why you should get lost in this course or not know what is going on each week, because like I said, we have the syllabus, we have the modules, and we have the announcements that I post every single Monday. So that is the syllabus. Like I said, you can go ahead and go over that on your own. As far as the textbooks, they are free, and we have the links right here. This is volume 1 and this is volume 2. The syllabus will tell you which reading is, like, it'll tell you if the reading is in volume 1 or in volume 2. Also, if you ever want to meet with me during my office hours through Zoom, this is the link for those office hours. Of course, you do have to make an appointment first, and then whenever, like let's say we scheduled to meet on a Tuesday at 3, you would click this link to take you to Zoom. Something else to keep in mind, I know sometimes people get confused with Canvas Inbox, but this is Canvas Inbox right here. It works just like an email. So if you want to send me an email, this is what you would use right here, Canvas Inbox. Also, make sure that when you are first starting this course, make sure that you click right here, because this will take you to the very first module, which has a lot of important information. Like it has the links to the textbooks. It also shows you how to set up notifications on Canvas. I feel like this is really helpful because it'll let you know when I post an announcement. And like I said, sometimes I post announcements for extra credit, or sometimes I post announcements for updates. So it'll let you know whenever I post something. Also, if you set up notifications for grades, it'll tell you when something is graded, things like that. If you want to download Office 365, you do have free access to it because you are a student. So definitely click here to figure out how to do that. And make sure that you read this first because it does provide some important information. It has this video. It also has other information like the student outcomes, the modes of communication. Something important to note is that grading typically takes me about 5 to 10 days, sometimes 5 to 14 days. So just keep that in mind that for writing exercises and essays, it might take me a little bit longer because I do teach 5 different classes. So as you can imagine, when I have essays due, sometimes I have to grade like 100 essays. So obviously it's going to take me a little bit longer. This right here, this file shows you how to view your feedback. So definitely go ahead and look at that because I leave feedback on the rubric. I also leave feedback on the essay or the assignment itself. And then I also leave feedback in the submission box. So I do leave feedback in various areas. So you want to make sure that you look at all of it. Here in this video, I show you how to submit an assignment. Canvas has changed a bit, so some of this information might not look like the current Canvas, but the steps are the same. This right here tells you how to check your Turnitin score. The Turnitin software checks for plagiarism, so you want to make sure that your originality score is not over 20% or even 30%. Because that would constitute as plagiarism. And I do check the originality reports just to see. So like sometimes, let's say we are doing an assignment and you copy the questions, it'll show up like 70% plagiarized, but I'll go back and check it and I'll see that it's because you copied the questions, but your answers are original ideas, your original writing. So in that case, I know that it's not plagiarism. So make sure you check it yourself. If you have any questions, let me know. But I do also check your plagiarism report whenever you submit an essay and things like that. I do offer extra credit, but I offer extra credit for attending events and workshops. So whenever an event or workshop comes up, I will let you know. Other than that, I do have an extra credit assignment that's worth 10 points, but I don't offer any other work for extra credit. It's mostly going to be events and workshops that count for extra credit. As far as the format of essays, they should be formatted according to APA style. You can either use Times New Roman 12-point font or Calibri 11-point font, and we are using APA 7th edition. So if you have any questions about Canvas or you need Canvas support, please make sure you contact these people. And again, we have links to the books again, and then right here is what you should do to get started for this week, which is read the syllabus and complete discussion 1 and syllabus quiz. Now, like I told you earlier, the discussions are usually due on Thursdays, and then on the second response is due on Saturday. But because we have a short week, both discussion posts are due on Sunday, and the quiz is also due on Sunday. Just for this week because it's a short week. So this concludes this video. I hope that it was helpful. Of course, I did not go through everything. So if you come across something that you have a question about or something that's unclear, please let me know and I will be happy to answer it for you.